Hi, I'm Susan.
And I'm Ashton.
And together we are
Fiber Art Friends.
Friendz with a Z.
Yes.
And this is Ghost and this is Cookie. They're our co-hosts today. So thank you for joining us today. What Ashton and I are all about are hand-dyed yarns. I've been crocheting for about 8 years, and I decided that I wanted to start using hand-dyed yarns. I fell in love with them. Commercially bought yarn is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's some really soft and pretty colors and things like that, but I decided that I wanted to delve into the realm of hand-dyed yarns and different blends. So wools, protein, fibers, things like that. So today we are doing an unboxing of our very first bare yarn order.
Yes.
That we got. I got it from a company called Nomad, so we will unbox that in just a moment, and we'll talk about the different kinds of yarn that you can get if you want to get started hand-dyeing yarn as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right. The company that I got this yarn from is called Nomad.
Go Nomad.
Go Nomad. Oh, wow!
What they sent you?
They sent us a little bag, too. Look at that. How cute is that?
Here's their bag.
Nomadyarn.com. Nomad
Got
yarn.
a little design on the side. Oh, and here's the front.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's adorable.
You put your yarn in there.
So Nomad has a lot of different blends that you can buy. And what I bought was 100% super wash merino wool. The merino sheep was originally bred in Spain, and just for their wool, because they're a really soft special blend. And so now they're also bred in Australia and New Zealand. So
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, we're gonna open up this yarn,
How
get
exciting.
to the good stuff.
I can't wait to touch it.
So soft and squishy.
Yes, I mean the bag feels like a pillow.
Oh my gosh. Feel that? This is gorgeous.
Wow.
That's so soft. So this is the bare undyed yarn. And so yarn comes in a few different types of blends, or even like this is 100% merino wool, so it comes from the merino sheep. You can get protein fibers. Protein fibers are from animal sources. So you're going to have mohair, which is goat. You're going to have wool, which can be from sheep, alpaca, baby alpaca, yak, all sorts of different things. You can they can shear them and get the wool from them. And then there's also plant fibers or cellulose fiber wool, which is stuff like tencel, nylon, or I think maybe nylon might be like a plasticky type stuff, but linen and cotton. Those are going to be your plant fibers that you can do. So the proteins, wools, of course, there's more expensive ones. There's the silks. Mulberry silk comes from a silkworm that is only fed a diet of mulberry leaves. So
Oh wow.
I'm assuming it's really soft and
Goodness.
yes. So I've never bought anything but the merino wool. And so each of those come with a little card, and I'll kind of put it up close so that you can see. It's you can see the fibers. This is a DK weight. So if you know anything about yarn, it comes in different weights or ply. So this I think is a 3-ply, which means they twist 3 strands together to make it. A DK weight is about a medium weight or a little less than that. So you have fingering weight or lace weight, which is really, really thin. You've got sport weight, which is a little bit thicker than that. You have DK, which is a little thicker than that. Worsted or Aran, which is what kind of most commonly is used for most things, either DK or worsted. And then you've got bulky and super bulky. So we decided to go with the DK. It's really, really a good, it's a good size. I really like it. I use it for a lot of my projects, and this yarn is really, really soft and squishy. So each of them come with a little tag that tell you what the blend is, and this was actually made in Peru. So I think everything is backwards too.
Yeah.
On the videos
How
often.
funny.
So when you get your bear yarn, they come in hanks like this, and you can undo the hanks. You just take that piece off of that, and you unroll it, and here's how they come, like this.
Oh, okay.
And they tie them up a couple of times, just so that when you're handling the yarn, so you'll see in through here there's a couple of ties,
Right.
so that the yarn doesn't get tangled. Because when it's going through the dyeing process, we're going to be like washing it, we're going to be using dyes to stain it, we're going to be heating it, things like that. So you really want to be sure that you make sure it's tied up so you don't get a big yarn knot, because if you've ever dealt with just a pile of yarn and tried to unstring it,
Yes.
hours and hours of your precious time
Yes.
you could be knitting or crocheting will be spent
Untangling yarn. Yes.
So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go actually wash our yarn, which when it comes from the factory, you want to wash it in either, you can use a very mild dish soap that's like unscented, undyed, or you can use a wool wash. And you just want to let it soak for probably about 30 minutes before you do any dyeing. You never want to dye yarn that is dry. You always want to go from wet to your dye process. And when it comes from the factory, that can have extra lanolins and oils on it, possibly some dirt from the manufacturing process. Even though they wash it there, you never really quite get all that out. So it's a good idea to wash your yarn before you do it, and then go straight to the dye process after that while it's still wet.
Yes.
So we're going to go set up for that. So we'll see you guys back in just a little bit. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, guys.